Hi everyone, welcome. So today we are going to discuss a very interesting and important chapter in quantitative aptitude, that is ratio, proportion and variation. So first of all we will see the terms, what is ratio, what is proportion and what is variation. So when do we use the term ratio? When we need to compare any two or more than two quantities of same type, then we use the term ratio. For example, in a particular time you can walk 5 kilometers, I can walk 3 kilometers. So we say the distances covered in the time by you and me is 5:3. So here the ratio is represented like A is to B. Ratio is comparison of two or more similar type of quantities. Okay, and here the first term A is called antecedent. First term A is called antecedent, and second term B is called consequent. In the ratio A is to B, A is called antecedent and B is called consequent. Please see here, see for the ratio A is to B, for the ratio A is to B, we can define different types of ratios. And before that, see, I would like to give you a small application of this ratio. If two numbers capital A and capital B are in the ratio small a is to small b, then we write capital A as small a into x and capital B as small b into x. Here x is called the highest common factor of capital A and capital B. For example, see, now I am taking two numbers, some 24 and 36. So we say these two are in the ratio 2:3. 12 2s are 12 3s are. So this 24 is nothing but 2 into 12 and 36 is nothing but 3 into 12. So here 12 is the highest common factor of 24 and 36. So if two numbers capital A and capital B are in the ratio small a is to small b, then capital A can be written as small a into x and capital B can be written as small b into x, where x is the greatest number that divides both the given numbers, which is known as HCF of the given values. So what is a ratio? A small application of ratio. Then different types of ratios. For the ratio A is to B, for the ratio A is to B, we define different types of ratios. Different types of ratios. For the ratio A is to B, the duplicate ratio of A is to B is A square is to B square. For example, 2:3. For the ratio 2:3, duplicate ratio would be 2 square is to 3 square, like that. Now, subduplicate ratio of A is to B is given by square root A is to square root B. Now triplicate ratio of A is to B. Triplicate ratio of A is to B is A cube is to B cube. Subtriplicate ratio of A is to B is given by cube root A is to cube root B, and the inverse ratio of A is to B is given by B is to A. B is to A. See for example here, I am taking for example a particular like you can say 64. So for the ratio 2 is to 3, what is duplicate ratio? 2 square is to 3 square. For the ratio 4 is to 9, subduplicate ratio would be root 4 is to root 9. Similarly, for 3 is to 7, duplicate ratio would be 3 cube is to 7 cube. And subduplicate ratio, cube root A is to cube root B, inverse ratio of A is to B is B is to A. Now next, inverse ratio of A is to B is to C. Inverse ratio of A is to B is to C is nothing but BC is to CA is to AB. For example, inverse ratio of 1 is to 2 is to 3 is how much? Inverse ratio of A is to B is to C is BC is to CA is to AB. BC 2 into 3 6, CA 3 into 1 3, AB 1 into 2 2. So like that, the inverse ratio of A is to B is to C is given by BC is to CA is to AB. Now, for example, we have different ratios. A is to B is one ratio, C is to D is another ratio, E is to F is one more given ratio. What is the compound ratio? What is the compound ratio of the given ratios? It is given by ACE is to BDF. So product of antecedents is to product of consequence is a compound ratio. Ratio definition and what is antecedent, what is consequent, and different types of ratio. Now see a small application, one more small application. If some PA is equal to QB is equal to RC, P times of A, Q times of B, R times of C are equal, then what is the ratio of A, B and C? It would be QR is to PR is to PQ. Okay, for example, see how 2A is equal to 3B is equal to 4C. Then what is the value of A is to B is to C? A is to B is to C. Besides you have A, you have 2. You don't get 2, you will get 3 into 4, 12 for the first term. Second, you have B. Beside B, you have 3, don't get 3. 2 into 4, 8. Besides C, you have 4 here. You don't get 4, 2 into 3, 6. 12 is to 8 is to 6. Again, cancellation with 2, you will get 6 is to 4 is to 3 as the ratio of A is to B is to C. Okay, so what is the ratio and different types of ratios we have discussed. Now next we will discuss about what is a proportion. What is a proportion? What is a proportion? So ratio is comparison of similar type of quantities. And what is a proportion? Equality of any two ratios. Equality of any two ratios. For example, A is to B is one ratio and C is to D is one more ratio. The equality of these two ratios is called a proportion. So A is to B is equal to C is to D is a proportion. Here A, B, C, D are proportionals. So in this proportion, A is to B is equal to C is to D. In any proportion, product of extreme terms is equal to product of mean terms. So AD is equal to BC. Here D is called fourth proportional. In the proportion A is to B is equal to C is to D, D is called fourth proportional. Fourth proportional D is given by BC by A. Similarly, in a continued proportion, A is to B is equal to B is to C. This is known as continued proportion. In this continued proportion, A is to B is equal to B is to C. We write AC is equal to B square. We write AC is equal to B square. Here C is called third proportional. C is called third proportional and B is called mean or second proportional. Second proportional. So here C is given by B square by A and B is equal to mean proportional of A and C. B is equal to root over AC. Root over AC. So what is the proportion and what is fourth proportional, what is third proportional, what is mean or second proportional. So we have discussed. Now next, see, you have to remember some simple note points. The first one, if some A by B is equal to C by D, means A is to B is equal to C is to D is a proportion, then we write A plus B by A minus B is equal to C plus D by C minus D. Rule of componendo and dividendo. For example, 4 by 2 is equal to 6 by 3. 4 by 2 is equal to 6 by 3. 4 plus 2 by 4 minus 2 is equal to 6 plus 3 by 6 minus 3. Satisfied? That's the reason this thing is an important application, because we will use it in simplifications. Next, if A by B, A is to B, C is to D, E is to F, like that, each ratio, if it is equal to K, then the sum of those antecedents to sum of consequence will again give the same value K. Next, one more. This third one is just a derivation from second one. If A by B is equal to C by D is equal to E by F, if each is equal to constant K, then we can write MA plus NC plus OE divided by MB plus ND plus OF. This will also give you the same constant K. This has been derived from this derivation, this note point. Because see, I am dividing and multiplying this A by B with M. This is with N. This is with O. Then it becomes MA by MB. It becomes NC by ND. It becomes OE by OF. So MA plus NC plus OE by MB plus ND plus OF is equal to K. Okay, these are some important points which you need to remember while solving questions. Okay, in the ratio proportion. Now next is one more thing, one more term we have, that is variation. What is variation? The change of one quantity with respect to the change in the other quantity is called variation. For example, I am taking two parameters. One is time, the other is work. Time and work. Whenever I am working with same efficiency, when the efficiency is constant, if I work for more time, then I can do more work. I can do more work when I take more time. So here work and time are directly proportional. For example, second case, I have to travel. I have to travel some distance. If I travel with more speed, I can reach in less time. If I travel with less speed, I take more time. So when the distance is constant, speed and time are inversely proportional. So how a change in one quantity brings a change in the other quantity is called variation. There are different types of variation. One is direct variation. So if A is directly proportional to B, then their ratio is constant. Their ratio is constant. Means A1 by B1 is equal to A2 by B2 is equal to A3 by B3 and so on. Okay. If two quantities are inversely proportional, A is inversely proportional to B, then their product is constant. AB is equal to constant. Means A1 B1 is equal to A2 B2 is equal to A3 B3 and so on. Direct variation and inverse variation, and then mixed variation. For example, A is directly proportional to B and A is inversely proportional to C. Then we say A is directly proportional to B by C. From this, what can be said? AC by B is equal to constant. AC by B is equal to constant, means A1 C1 by B1 is equal to A2 C2 by B2. So this is the simple understanding of what is ratio, what is proportion and what is variation. I hope it is clear to all of you what is ratio, what is proportion and what is variation. Now in our today's worksheet, we are going to solve some 20 questions on foundation building, basics. So first become comfortable. Those who are not comfortable, please become comfortable with these 20 questions. The first question, see, A is to B is equal to 5 is to 7, B is to C is equal to 6 is to 11. So A is to B is to C is how much? So please see here, A is to B is given as 5 is to 7. And B is to C is given as 6 is to 11. Okay, so here B is the common term, but here we have 7, we have 6. We have to make the common term equal. For that, I am multiplying this with 6. I am multiplying this with 7. Because when you multiply both the terms of a ratio, the ratio will not change. So it is nothing but 5 6 are 30, 7 6 are 42. 6 7s are 42, 11 7s are 77. From this, what you can say, A is to B is to C. If A is 30, B is 42 and C is 77. So A is to B is to C is 30 is to 42 is to 77. Now see a simple trick here. A is to B is given as 5 is to 7. This is A, this is B. Below B, write the value of B. 6 is to 11. Now you get three values. A, B and C. How do you get the first value? Means you have to multiply these two. 5 into 6, 30. Second value you have to multiply these two. 7 into 6, 42. Third value you have to multiply these two. 7 into 11, 77. So like that, 30 is to 42 is to 77. It is nothing but equating the middle term, equating the common term, equating the common term B. 30 is to 42 is to 77 is the answer. So option B is the answer. Next, A is to B is equal to 8 is to 15, B is to C is equal to 5 is to 8, C is to D is equal to 4 is to 5. So here also I would like to give you a shortcut. A is to B is 8 is to 15. B is to C is 5 is to 8. and C is to D is 4 is to 5. So what is A is to B is to C is to D? A, B, C, D. You will get 4 values. The first value you will get when you multiply all this. 8 into 5, 40 into 4, 160. The last value you will get when you multiply these terms. 50 into 8, 120 into 5, 6. And second term and third term. See, second term you have to multiply in this manner. 50 into 5, 75 into 4, 300. This third term, 50 into 8, 120 into 4, 480. Now 0 is cancelled throughout. Thereby, how much you are going to get here? A, 2 8s are, 2 15s are, 2 24s are, and 2 30s are. 8 is to 15 is to 24 is to 30 is A is to B is to C is to D. But it is asked for A is to D only. A is to D means simply 160 is to 600. Simply 8 is to 30. 8 is to 30 means how much? 2 4s are, 2 15s are. So 4 is to 15. 4 is to 15. And remember here A is to D is asked. A is to D is asked. A by D is asked. How can I write A by D as? A by D is nothing but A by B into B by C into C by D. Already I have the value of A by B as 8 by 15. B by C as 5 by 8. And C by D as 4 by 5. Thereby A by D. So 8 ones are 8 cancel, 5 ones are 5 cancel. So A by D is finally 4 is to 15. 4 is to 15. A by D, when A is to B, B is to C, C is to D are given. A is to D is nothing but the compound ratio of these three. The compound ratio of A is to B, B is to C, and C is to D is A is to D. A is to D, which is 4 is to 15. I hope it is clear. Next. 2A is equal to 3B is equal to 4C. I already have given you a technique. If PA is equal to QB is equal to RC, then what I said? A is to B is to C. What is the node point formula I told? A is to B is to C would be QR is to PR is to PQ. So here beside A you have 2. You don't get 2. 3 into 4, 12. Beside B you have 3. You don't get 3. 2 into 4, 8. Beside C you have 4. You don't get 4. You will get 2 into 3, 6. Which is nothing but 2 6s, 2 4s, 2 3s, which is 6 is to 4 is to 3. Option C is answer. It is C. How it is obtained? See, A by B is nothing but how much? A by B is 3 by 2. A is to B is 3 is to 2. And what is B is to C? B by C is nothing but 4 is to 3. 4 is to 3. From this you will get A is to B is to C. 3 4s are 12, 2 4s are 8, 2 3s are 6, which is nothing but 6 is to 4 is to 3. 6 is to 4 is to 3 is the answer. This is the thing which you have to remember. This is the regular procedure, right? So first be clear in the basics, foundation. Now 2A is equal to 3B, 4B is equal to 5C. Then what is A is to C? So here A by B, how much you have? A by B is 3 by 2. And what is B by C you have? B by C is 5 by 4. You need A is to C. A is to C. A by C is nothing but, I will just I have done A by D the same way. A by C is A by B into B by C. A by B is already known as 3 by 2 and B by C is 5 by 4. So it is nothing but 3 5s are 15, 2 4s are 8. So 15 is to 8 is the answer. Now question number 5. X is to y is equal to 5 is to 2. Then what is the value of 8x plus 9y is to 8x plus 2y? Please see, it is a very basic question. If x is 5, y is 2. That is the meaning of x is to y is equal to 5 is to 2. If x is 5 parts, y is 2 parts. So simply in place of x keep 5, in place of y keep 2, and thereby whatever the ratio you get after substitution, that is the answer, 8x plus 2y. So how much you are going to get? 40 plus 18, 58, 40 plus 4, 44. 229s are, 222s are. So answer is 29 is to 22. 29 is to 22. Next, x is to y is equal to 2 is to 1. So x by y is given as 2 is to 1. From this what you can say, x square by y square is equal to 4 by 1, squaring on both sides. Now use componendo and dividendo. Use componendo and dividendo. If a by b is equal to c by d, then a plus b by a minus b is equal to c plus d by c minus d, which is the 5 by 3. X square plus y square by x square minus y square is 5 by 3. Therefore, it is asked for x square minus y square is to x square plus y square. Simply, it would be 3 is to 5. 3 is to 5. So what you can do, simply you can keep x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1. You will get the same result. But here I have tried to apply your learning of rule of componendo and dividendo and I have derived. So answer is 3 is to 5. Next, if a plus b is to b plus c is to c plus a is 6 is to 7 is to 8. So if a plus b is some 6 parts, b plus c is some 7 parts, c plus a would be 8 parts. 6 plus 7, 13 plus 8. When I add all these three, I will get 2 into a plus b plus c. 2 into a plus b plus c is nothing but 21x. 21x. And a plus b plus c is equal to how much? 14. So 2 into 4. So from this I will get a plus b plus c is equal to, which is given as 14, is equal to 21 by 2 into x. So here it is 7 3s are, 7 2s are, 2 2s are 4. So from this what you are going to get? X is equal to 4 by 3. X is equal to 4 by 3. So a plus b plus c, a plus b plus c, x is equal to 4 by 3. Then find the value of c. Find the value of c. How do you get c? C is equal to a plus b plus c minus a plus b, minus a plus b. So here a plus b plus c is already 14 and a plus b is 6x. So 6 into x is 4 by 3, thereby 3 2s are 6, 2 4s are 8, 14 minus 8 6. So the value of c is here 6. Option A. Then question number 8. 782 rupees is to be divided into 3 parts in the proportion 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3 is to 1 by 2 is to 2 by 3 is to 3 by 4. So here it is a fractional ratio. First let us convert a fractional ratio into integer ratio. How to convert? Take the LCM of denominators. LCM of denominators 2, 3 and 4. LCM of 2, 3, 4 is 12. So multiply each fraction with 12. So how much you are going to do? 2 6s are 12, 3 4s are 12, 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12, 3 3s are 9. Thereby the ratio in which this 782 has to be divided is 6 is to 8 is to 9. So first part 6 parts, second one 8 parts, third one 9 parts. Total 6 plus 8, 14, 14 plus 9, 23. This 23 parts total is 782. Then the first part is how much? The first part is nothing but 6 parts. So 6 parts. 23 how many times? 23 3s are 69. 23 3 69. So how much we have here? 69. We have more 9. 9 4. 23 how many times? I think it is not divisible. 780, it is 782. It is 782. 23 fours 92. 23 fours 92. So 6 into 34. 6 into 34. How much? It is 204. 204. So 204 is the first part. But 782 rupees is divided into 3 parts in the ratio 1 by 2 is to 2 by 3 is to 3 by 4. Then the integer ratio would be 6 is to 8 is to 9. Out of 23 parts, 6 parts is for the first one. This is done. Now two numbers are in the ratio 3 is to 5. When 9 is subtracted from each, the new numbers are in the ratio 12 is to 23. Please see here, initially the ratio is 3 is to 5. This is 3 parts, this is 5 parts. When 9 is subtracted from both numbers, the ratio becomes 12 is to 23. Okay, so please observe here. Then find the smaller number. Smaller number is 3 parts, right? So here in this case, what you can do is, regular procedure is there. Anyhow, I will tell you. Shortcut first I will explain you. Here in the first ratio, what is difference? 2. In second ratio, what is difference? 11. With the difference of the second ratio, multiply the first one. With the difference of the first ratio, multiply second ratio. Now, how much you are going to get? 11 3s are 33. 11 5s are 55. 12 2s are 24. 23 2s are 46. So 33 is to 55 has become 24 is to 46 when each is reduced by 9. Each is reduced by 9. 33 becomes 24 reduced by 9. 55 becomes 46 reduced by 9 parts. This 9 parts reduction is because of 9. If 9 parts is 9, then the smaller number here is 33. Smaller number here is 33 parts. 33 parts is 33. If 9 parts is 9, then 33 parts is 33. So answer is 33. Answer is 33. It is the shortcut. And see the procedure. Initial ratio is 3 is to 5. So if one number is 3x, the other number is 5x. If 9 is subtracted from each, then the resulting numbers are 3x minus 9, 5x minus 9. In that case, the ratio becomes 12 by 23. Now 23 3s are 69, 23 9s are 207, 12 5s are 60, 12 9s are 108. So 69 minus 60 is 9x. So 207 minus 108 is 99. From this you can say x is 11. X is 11 and the smaller number is 3x. So 3 into x, 3 into 11, 33. This is the traditional procedure. Traditional procedure. This is the short trick. Okay? Right. Now 1210 rupees is divided among A, B, C. So that A is to B is equal to 5 is to 4, B is to C is equal to 9 is to 10. It is given that A is to B is 5 is to 4 and B is to C is 9 is to 10. So what is the ratio of A, B and C? I am going to get 5 into 9, 45. 4 into 9, 36, 4 into 10, 40. So 45 plus 36, 81, 81 plus 40, 81 plus 40, 121. Total A, B and C is how many parts? 121 parts. 121 parts. These 121 parts value, the total amount is 1210. Then how much C gets? C how many parts? C 40 parts. C 40 parts. If 121 parts is 1210 into 10, 40 parts should be 40 into 10, which is 400. So answer is 400 here. Now next. Question number 11. 366 rupees is divided among A, B and C, so that A gets half as much as B and C together and B may get 2/3 as much as A and C together. Then find the share of A. So total A plus B plus C is 366 rupees here. It is given that the share of A is half of B and C together. So A divided by B plus C is 1 by 2. Next, B may get 2 by 3rd as much as A and C together. B is 2/3 of A and C together. So you can say B by A plus C is how much? 2 by 3. 2 by 3. Now, please see total 3 parts A, B, C. Total 3 parts. Here 366. Here A is 1 part. A 1 part would be how much? 122. 122. Now find the share of A. The share of A is 122. We have got the answer. A by B plus C is 1 by 2. If A is 1 part, B plus C together is 2 parts. Total A, B and C, how many parts here? 3 parts. In this case, 3 parts total amount is 366. If 3 parts is 366, then AC is 1 part. 1 part would be how much? 122. So answer is option A. Next, a sum of money is to be distributed among A, B, C, D in the proportion of 5:2:4:3. If C gets 1000 rupees more than D, then what is B share? So this is A share, this is B share, this is C share, this is D share. C gets 1 part more than D. Yes or no? C is 4 parts, C is 4 parts, D is 3 parts. 4 parts more than 3 parts by 1 part. That 1 part is given as 1000. That 1 part is given as 1000. Then B is how many parts? B is 2 parts. So if 1 part is 1000, then 2 parts should be 2000. So answer is 2000. Option C is correct. Next, ratio of earnings of A and B is 4:7. If the earnings of A increases by 50%, and those of B decrease by 25%. The new ratio of their earnings becomes 8:7. Then find the earnings of A. Earnings of A. So 4 parts is how much? Please understand here. So initially the earnings of A and B are 4 and 7. Okay. So 4x is the income of earning of A and 7x is the earning of B. A increases 50%. A's earning is increased by increased by 50%. So it becomes 150% of 4x. And B's income decreases by 25%. So it becomes 75% of 7x. Then the new ratio of their earnings is 8:7. 8:7. So what is A's earning? A's earning. Yes or no? This is what is given. This is what is given actually. So if you observe here, 150% of 4x. So here x gets cancelled. So 75, 2s are 150, 2 4s are 87. For any value of x, it is satisfied. For any value of x, it is satisfied. For any value of x, it is satisfied means you need 4x. You need 4x. You cannot find data inadequate. Data inadequate. Next, a sum of 53 rupees has to be divided among A, B and C such that A gets 7 rupees more than B gets and B gets 8 rupees more than C gets. Then find the ratio of their shares. So A plus B plus C is how much? 53. A gets 7 rupees more than B and B gets 8 rupees more than C. If C's share is X, B's share is X plus 8 and A gets 7 rupees more than B. 7 rupees more than B means X plus 8 says 7 rupees more, which is X plus 15. Now sum of these three is how much? 53. Sum of these three is 53. Now how much you are going to get? See, 15 plus 8 23, 3x is 30, 3x is 30, thereby x is 10. X is 10 means C share is 10. B's share is x plus 8. X plus 8 means 10 plus 8, 18. B's share would be 18. So A's share would be how much? Actually x plus 15. 10 plus 15, 25. So A is to B is to C. 25 is to 18 is to 10. 25 is to 18 is to 10. So option B is the answer. Option B is the answer. Next. The ratio of number of boys and girls in a school in the ratio 3:2. So boys and girls 3:2. I am taking boys as 300, girls as 200. 20% of boys and 25% of girls are scholarship holders. Scholarship holders. 20% of boys, 20% of 300 is 60. 25% of girls is 50. Then what percentage of the students does not get scholarship? Boys plus girls, total is 500. Out of that, 60 plus 50, 110 have got scholarship. The remaining are 390. So 390, no scholarship. So how many have not got scholarship is 390. It is what percentage of total? 390 is what percentage of 500. If you simplify here, how much you are going to get? 5 7 to 35, 5 8s are. So answer is 78%. 78%. Now next question. 60 kilogram of an alloy A 60 kilograms of an alloy is mixed with 100 kilograms of alloy B. Okay, if alloy A has lead and iron in the ratio 3:2, lead and iron in the ratio 3:2, and alloy B has iron and copper in the ratio 1:4, then the amount of iron in the new alloy, when these two are mixed, the amount of iron in A plus B. Please see here, 5 parts is 60. 5 parts 60 means each part 12. So 3 parts would be 36, 2 parts would be 24. So iron in the first alloy is 24. And here 5 parts is 100. Each part 20. So here iron is 20. Total iron 24 plus 20. How much? 44. Total iron present in the mixture of A and B is 24 plus 20, which is 44. So answer is option B. Next, question number 17. Number of students for mathematics, physics and biology in a school are in the ratio 5:7:8. If the number of these seats increased by 40%, 50% and 75%, then what will be the ratio of students after increase? So initially 5:7:8 I am taking as 500, 700 and 800, and it is given that it is increased by 40% and it is increased by 50% and it is increased by 75%. So in 540% is 200, in 750% is 350, in 875% is 600. Thereby 500 plus 200, 700, 700 plus 350, 1050, 800 plus 600, 1400. So now this is the new ratio. Thereby, if you observe here, 0, 0, 0 cancel. 35 2s are, 35 3s are, 35 4s are. So 2:3:4. 2:3:4 is the new ratio after the changes. Next, question number 18. 85 liters of a solution contains milk and water in the ratio 27:7. 85 liters milk and water in the ratio 27:7. So 34 parts is 85. 34 parts is 85. Thereby each part would be 2.5. 2.5. So 27 parts. 27 parts. Now what is given? How much? This is the initial mixture. To this, how much water must be added? Thereby the resulting mixture contains milk and water in the ratio 3:1. In the resulting mixture, milk and water ratio has to be 3:1. Whether it is initial mixture or final mixture, the milk quantity is not changed. Simply water is added. Because of that, the ratio is changed to 3:1. So इसमें 27 milk होगा तो इसमें भी 27 milk होना. Milk quantity has to be same. For that, I am multiplying this with 9. Thereby it becomes 27:9. I am making the milk quantity same. Milk quantity same because there is no change in the milk quantity. only water is added. So initially you have 7 parts of water, now you have 9 parts of water, so you have added 2 parts of water, 2 parts of water. So initial mixture how many parts? 34 parts. If 34 parts initially is 85, water added is how many parts? Water added is 2 parts. So 1 part you already calculate just 2.5. So 2 part would be 5. So answer is 5 liter of water is added. 5 liter of water is added. I hope it is clear. Next. Question number 19. Question number 19. 3 jars have their volumes in the ratio 3:4:5. They are full of mixtures of milk and water. These mixtures contain milk and water in the ratio 4:1. First one 4:1 ratio. Second one 3:1 ratio. Third one 5:2 ratio. Okay. So these 3 jars have their volumes in the ratio 3:4:5. Please see here. First I am taking all the 3 jars are of equal capacity. So this is 5 parts, this is 4 parts, this is 7 parts. 5, 4, 7. 5, 4, 7. LCM of 5, 4 and 7 is 140. 140. So now I am taking everything as 140. Now here I have 5. I am multiplying each with 28. Here I have 4. I am multiplying with 35. Here I have 7. I am multiplying with 20. Thereby I am going to get 28 into 4. How much? 112. 112 is to 28. 35 into 3. 105 is to 35. 20 into 5. 100 is to 40. So now each has 140, 140, 140. Now 3 jars have their volumes in the ratio 3:4:5. So this is the how much taken? 3. This is how much taken? 4. This is how much taken? 5. Thereby when 3 into, now the contents of all these 3 jars are poured into the 4th jar. The ratio of milk and water in the 4th jar, If you observe here, how much you are going to get? 3 into 112, 336. 3 into 28 is 84. Next, 4 into 105, 420. 4 into 35, 140. 5 into 100, 500. And 5 into 40, 200. When these 3 jars, first jar, second jar and third jar are poured into a 4th jar, then the 4th jar will have how much in total? So 500 plus 420, 920. 920 plus 336, which is 1056. And here 200 plus 224 is 424. 424. So how much I am going to get now? What is the ratio I am going to get here? Please observe here. So what is the value? 4 plus 4, 8, 8 plus 2, 10. I can first divide with I think 4. Is it divisible by 8? Yes, I believe. So 853 are 424. 8 12s are 9. 8 13s are. 8 13s are how much? 104. 8 2s are. 132 is 2. Am I correct? Am I correct or not? Sorry, it is not 1056. 500, 920. 920 plus it is 1256. It is 1256. It is not 1056. It is how much? 1256. It is 1256 means how much you are going to get? 853s are, then 815s are 127. 157 is to 53. So answer is 157 is to 53. I hope it is clear. Once, if you have any doubt, once again watch the video, thereby it will be clear to you. Right? Thank you. Next. Now last question for today's session. Question number 20. Ratio of the incomes of A and B is 5:4. 5:4. So I am explaining the traditional procedure first. Income is 5x for A and B 4x. And their expenditures 3:2. So one is 3y, the other is 2y. Each saves 1600. So saving is income minus expenditure. Each saves 1600. Okay. So what do you understand now? 5x minus 3y is equal to 4x minus 2y, and each is 1600. From this, 5x minus 4x, x, 3y minus 2y, y, x is equal to y, x is equal to y. If I put x is equal to y, then what I am going to get? 5x minus 3x, 5x minus y is also x, is 1600. Thereby 5x minus 3x is 2x, 2x is 1600, so x is 800. X is 800. I need the income of A. Income of A is how much? 5x. 5x is 5 into 800, 4000. This is the traditional procedure. See here, the shortcut. The incomes are in the ratio 5:4. The expenditures are in the ratio 3:2. Okay, so please observe here, income minus expenditure is what? Income minus expenditure is saving. Income minus expenditure is saving. 5 minus 3, 2. 4 minus 2, 2. Actually, conceptually doing, you cannot do 5 minus 3. You cannot do 4 minus 2. Because with 5 parts out of this 9 parts. These 3 parts out of this 5 parts. So conceptually doing 5 minus 3 is wrong. But when you do like this, when you get same ratio, when you get 2:2, same terms, then these 2 parts, when you get like this, if you get same terms, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, when you get same, then the 2 parts is how much? 1600. 1600. So income of A is how much? Income of A would be 5 parts. 2 parts 1600 means 5 parts is 4000. Thereby this is the shortcut. This is the shortcut which you can apply. This can be applied only when you get the same parts. 5 minus 3, 2, 4 minus 2, 2. In case if you don't get same parts, what you have to do? I already have done earlier. With this difference, multiply this ratio. With this parts difference, multiply this ratio. And then you will get the same ratio. You will get same ratio. Those parts is equal to the given saving amount. Like that, again the same procedure have to be applied. This is the basic first sheet of your ratio proportion, that is foundation builder sheet 1. Okay, I hope everything is clear in today's lecture session, and we have done 20 questions in our today's session. So ratio, what is ratio, what is proportion, and what is variation. First I have discussed the synopsis, then we have done 20 questions. So once again go through the foundation builder sheet 1. Okay, so next class we will do advanced level questions. Okay, thank you so much guys for attending today's session. And see, if you see, we have started with our first class of arithmetic, percentage, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, then ratio, proportion, variation, partnership. In this we will cover. And if you follow this series properly, then definitely it is going to be useful a lot for you. A lot of benefit you are going to get by the completion of this program. But you have to consistently follow. You have to watch, learn, and apply thereby the actual benefit you're supposed to get. If you don't watch, or if you don't learn, or if you don't apply, the benefit you are not going to learn, the benefit you are not going to get. So the thing is here, you need to practice along with the lecture session. So we have given some 20 questions here in the foundation builder sheet 1 and more 20 questions in the other foundation builder. With these two, your foundation will be strong. And after that, we are doing some 15-20 questions of your higher level questions. So almost 50 to 60 questions we are solving in this program for each chapter, right? So practice these things, and along with these things, whatever the sources you have additionally, from those sources you can practice with this knowledge. Okay, thank you so much guys. Again, we will connect in our next session. Thank you so much.